Don't you love it?
Yeah, I do.
That's so cool. Come on in, grab a seat. Organize the area a little bit. And YouTube, this is Mathilde, and Mathilde, this is YouTube, and I'm Matthew, and we're going to do a haircut today. And we looked at ideas, but we haven't really decided yet, so we're going to do randomizers. So we're going to be like, flip coins, roll dice, see what happens, see where you end up. So the adventure is yet to be determined, but you are going to have a big haircut today, which is going to be so much fun. And you're from France.
Yep, I am.
What part of France are you from?
Near Paris, not very original.
Yeah, near Paris, not very original. Suburbia, like French suburbs, or
Yeah, kind of.
yeah, kind of French suburbs. So it sounds like, yeah, I'm imagining in my head. Sounds fun.
Yeah.
Is there like Disney Euro near you or something like that?
A little bit farther north, but
A little
yeah.
bit further over,
no.
something like that. So you take a
Close.
train from Paris and you end up in these places, you know, like for commuters
Yeah,
and whatnot.
basically.
Basically, cool. Yeah, so we looked at some ideas, we picked some ideas, so we're going to move the camera over here. So we have like a graduation bob. We have, I can't remember the name of the figure skater, but that kind of short with the coiffee on top. That's the one that scares you the most. Because basically we have to throw one in, the one that scares you the most. That's the one that scares you the most. We have, oh yeah, the other figure skater, that's the Dorothy Hamill kind of thing, you know, because that's popular in the retro stuff. That's a very retro 80s. That's, oh yeah, Jill, that's her name, Jill Tinnery, that kind of hair. Also asymmetric, you said, when you came this morning, you said, you can do anything, just don't do asymmetrical. I was like, we're doing asymmetrical. And he said, no asymmetrical and no bangs. And that's asymmetrical and it's got bangs. And you said, clearly you said, you can do anything but no asymmetrical, no bangs. And I was like, yeah, asymmetry and bangs. And yeah, so we threw that in the randomizer, and that one is, you know, some ridiculousness, because why not? You can have it one time in your life.
Yeah.
And that one I love. That one I would love for you the most. And then there's that one, the graduation. So we can play around with graduation bobs too. And there's just another Dorothy Hamill. So we got some randomizers in here. So what we're going to do is, we're going to do that, and then you're going to say, stop!
Oh, stop.
Oh, that's not so bad.
That's the one we wanted, so.
No, but it's pretty close to the one I wanted.
Come
Stand over here. So a girl with that kind of hair would wear maybe that, would wear maybe that, or would wear maybe that.
Asymmetrical.
You would go, yeah, because you said no asymmetrical, we're doing asymmetrical. Cool! So you can go through the time machine door there and then come out with that one, and then it'll be like 1986 or something.
Okay.
There we go, now you look like 1980s something. Jump on here. Yeah, we're going with 1986.
Let's go.
Sweet. And have you ever had short hair? You said you had like hair to the middle of your ear. It was the worst haircut you ever had in your
Yeah,
life.
definitely.
Yeah, yeah. And it sounded like a suburbia Paris sort of thing, the way you described it. Because I was like, well, how bad was it? And you're just kind of describing like it was short and it was like middle of the year or
Yeah,
something. It was
awful,
just,
awful.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And then Mia was like, let's recreate that haircut.
Yeah.
But then we don't have a picture of it. And the way you were describing it, it sounded like avant-garde, like not a conventional haircut. It sounded like someone in a suburban Paris was being avant-garde. Maybe they had a hair show they went to and they had a demo and they taught something and they're like, oh, I'm so going to do this on my client. And some kid comes in and they're like, yeah, something like that sort of thing. And people will say, oh yeah, I had that happen to me once or blah, blah, blah. But yeah, that's also the point of retro haircuts is we revisit haircuts from the past. So people who watch and they're like, oh my God, like my prom date had that haircut or I had that or my, you know, blah, blah, blah. So that's what we're doing. We have to pick a cape for you. And we have stripy one, purple one, pink one, or black ones.
Whatever, I don't mind.
Yeah, you don't mind?
Yeah.
We're gonna have to randomize her. I'm gonna choose. We're going with
You're the artist, I trust you.
purple.
Every.
We're gonna go with purple.
Step.
Yeah, no, we're gonna go with purple because it kind of goes with what you're wearing. And we're gonna use one of these because it's retro as well. Yeah, that's there we go. Oh, you look good in purple.
Yeah.
Now you're one of the few from France, because usually when I put someone on with one of these on with someone from France, they go to put their arms through.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I was looking for the
Yeah.
no holes here.
No, no.
I don't have to do anything.
We do have them, but they're a little bit different. We have ones with just holes in them, but you guys have ones with whole sleeves and
Yeah.
everything, don't you?
Yeah.
Which is really cool. Now, I would love to get my hands on anyone watching. If you know where you can find the ones with the sleeves like they use in France, I want them. I want one. Just to use on this channel. But we're in New Zealand, so it's hard to get things here.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, of course. Come on over. Let's go.
Do you know when you meet someone for the first time, like, oh, I know what I'm going to do to them?
Yeah.
Or most of the time, that's a kind of process.
I'm pretty quick with like first impressions. I'm very quick with first impressions, but it's a big part of my life.
Yeah,
So of course I am.
makes sense.
Yeah.
Definitely.
And also, even back in hair school, we train on personality types. Like you can identify personality types very rapidly,
Mm-hmm.
which improves that initial rapport. Because you have to consider what a hairdresser does. Like someone who I don't know has been online and researching me and learning about me,
Mm-hmm.
and I have no idea who they are. And they make a decision and they make a booking and they're coming in to see me. So they already have an idea in their head of the person who's, you know,
Who's going to care better?
yeah, exactly. So they're walking in and we're just meeting for the first time. So I don't know who they are, but they have an idea in their head because, you know, from online or researching, and they're excited and they want me to change their hair. And changing someone's hair is very, you know, it's a very big thing, right?
Yeah.
So I have to establish rapport with them within 40 seconds to make them feel comfortable with proceeding with about what we're about to do.
Yeah.
So I need to be quick with identifying different personality types, like if the, you know,
Yeah.
they're, you know, the type of person they are to make them feel comfortable. And if you don't nail it, then it can, you know, but if you're good at identifying and making someone feel comfortable within 40 seconds, then that's key to interpersonal skills.
Yeah.
So I am trained in it, but to be honest, at this point in my career, I'm not using that training anymore. It's just more because I'm experienced with
Yeah.
it. Yeah,
You know what you're
I
doing.
know. Yeah, it goes without saying. But I could teach others, and there's a method I could teach.
Yeah.
But it doesn't mean I'm following the method anymore in my life. It's more that just because it's become a natural in my day-to-day job, like who I am. Yeah, yeah. Same with you. I just met you, and now we're cutting off all your hair.
Yeah.
So we established some kind of trust factor with each other.
And how did you like decide to start this kind of vintage haircut series?
because when we came out of the first lockdown in New Zealand,
Oh, so many
people were
have-
doing mullets and crazy things, right? And also
Yeah.
because Wellington ended up being one of the only places in the world that didn't have restrictions.
Oh, so-
Because we didn't have to wear masks, you can go get your hair cut. Because
Mm.
we did a lockdown and it was short, it wasn't that big a deal. And so we ended up with no cases, and we ended up the only place in the world that was without restriction for, you know, about a year. But eventually you had to let it through. But at that time, everywhere in the world was, the salons were closed. We were open, and not only were we open, we also were open with no masks.
Yeah.
So it's like, let's do a YouTube channel because no one else can.
Such a small idea.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's fun.
And they got monetized quickly because there was nobody else out there making content at that time. Everything was shut down.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. And and I didn't think it was going to last this long. I thought maybe, you know, a good pandemic project.
Yeah.
But it's been positive. It's still bringing in money. People are having fun with it and enjoying it.
It's really
So if it's inspiring, I'll continue to do it. If it's like falling flat, then you know
You're
I'll
just
shut
not,
it down.
yeah.
Yeah.
No, but you have this kind of personality, like very cheerful and very fun, and
Aw,
Just
thank
and-
you.
I think it's gonna last.
Merci. Cool. Come on over.
Let's go.
Sweet. I'm gonna get that picture that we're doing. It was. That one.
That one.
Cool.
Are you excited?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Are you
I am.
excited?
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Do you have piercings? Do you have holes?
Yeah.
Yeah, we might have to put some earrings in after because you're gonna be short hair.
Yeah.
And it's gonna be good for travels and everything, short hair. You're gonna love.
Yeah.
And did you find a job yet, or are you looking for work?
Actually, I have an interview on Wednesday with a French
Cool.
épicerie cafe.
Oh yeah.
So I'm gonna see. Hopefully, they're gonna hire me, and I'm gonna
Yeah.
improve my barista skills, and
Yeah.
we'll see.
Yeah. There's always you can make the joke and call it the French connection. But there's always like French businesses, and then someone from France comes and they're like, oh,
Yeah.
I want to hire because they want to have that image of the business. Like if it's bakery, there used to be a cheese place on Thornton Quay, that French cheese. I don't think they're there anymore,
Oh.
but you know what I mean. They go in there and there's like French guy in there, you know, French staff in there. They're like, oh, you're French, you can start tomorrow.
Yeah, that helps.
The French
definitely.
connection.
French connection.
But you know what the other one is Irish pubs all over the world. There are Irish pubs everywhere. Now you're from Ireland and you're backpacking and traveling around the world, and you walk into an Irish pub and say, oh, I'd like a job, and they hear the Irish accent, they're like, cool, that's, you know,
Yeah.
yeah, there's that too. So it's just, you know, it's the face of the business, right? And if you have an accent or an image that represents the business well, of course they want to hire you.
For sure.
Yeah. Okay, we're gonna go over this way, like that. Yeah, we go like that if you want. Okay, you're ready. This is the first snip. Is it scary for you, or no? You're excited.
No,
You're not scared at all. You're excited, aren't you?
No, I'm really chill.
You're
I
really
trust
chill?
you.
Yeah, let's go. Yeah, so no fear on you. There we go.
That's very close from my ear.
Yeah. So this is probably as short as you've ever gone in your lifetime.
Yeah, for sure.
That's
100%.
awesome. Yeah, it's gonna be amazing. We wouldn't do it unless it was gonna be amazing.
Yeah. Oh.
Already it's so pretty. Because you know why? It brings out your other features and everything.
I really can't wait to see the results and
Oh,
be
it's
like,
gonna be
oh,
amazing.
that's me. That's a new me.
That's a new you. Yes.
I wish my hair were long enough to make a donation, but they are really specific about the length,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, it wouldn't meet the criteria.
Too bad.
Yeah. I do support them. I've been supporting them for over 10 years now. But yeah, I follow the criteria. Like someone, I've had a haircut video on here and someone says, well, why didn't you just donate all that hair? It didn't meet the criteria. And then they get, because it's internet, right? But this, but they're looking at specifications from somewhere else in the world. We live in New Zealand. We have a place in New Zealand. And if it doesn't meet their criteria, then we can't donate it. Now someone will look something up on the Google search and say, well, this one here says blah, 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 blah. But I'm not going to ship hair 4,500 miles,
Yeah. No.
because someone else in the world does this or that or whatever. This is New Zealand. We have Freedom Wigs, and that's who I support, and they have a criteria. Also, the other thing about hair donations is there's a lot of corruption.
Really?
Yeah, there's a lot of corruption around because hair is so valuable. So they did an audit of one. I'm not going to name which one it was. And they found that only like 10 or 20% of the donation ponytails was actually going to the charity, and the rest was going off to like hair extension companies, stuff like that, right?
Wow.
And then they say that it wasn't usable for the wigs, for the, but what happens, that's a lot of people donating their hair, thinking it's going to go towards a cause, and it's actually, most of the hair was not going towards that cause. And then the person who ran that charity had a nice Mercedes-Benz, and so, those are things to consider. Now, the one I support in New Zealand has no corruption at all, because they only sell to one place,
Okay.
and that's a government agency, because it goes to New Zealand Healthcare.
Okay, so that's
Yeah.
definitely safe
Yeah.
channel.
So
yeah.
you could audit them, and you won't find any corruption, because they only have one customer. Well, you could buy one from them. Like, there's not just but their main customer is New Zealand Health.
Okay.
It's New Zealand Healthcare, and you don't want to end up. Of course, you're going to follow all the rules because you've been qualified as a supplier. Come on over. What might find happens with you is now that you're short hair, you might find you just keep it.
Yeah.
Because you get the feel for it every day, washing, wear, and everything. And then you know me. So you're going to be here till September. So we got, what are we now? We're June.
Yeah, we've got
June,
3
July,
months,
August,
yeah.
September. So we got months and months of haircuts with you and I. And drinking.
Yeah,
As we're going to hang out.
for sure. 100%.
Yeah. Because I had met you, and now I like you, and now we're going to do haircuts and drink some wines, drink some beers.
Yeah, this is definitely the longest I've ever cut. That's
Yeah.
awesome. It's gonna be very economical as well because no more,
Yeah.
not that much soap to be used. So
No.
Awesome.
Do you have a shampoo bar?
Yeah.
Yeah, so shampoo bar is even easier. If you don't have one, I have one, but I highly recommend, especially travelers. Short hair and a shampoo bar is probably the best thing you could do when traveling.
Yeah.
Even though some people don't want short hair, but if you rock a short haircut and you're traveling and you're using shampoo bar, that's the combination right there.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Ecological and
Yep.
economical. So
Yep. And people don't really like. Short hair is actually better for the environment than long hair because you less water usage.
yeah. Less plastic also yeah.
Yeah. Or some people have long hair and they don't shampoo at all.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. But you still get a lot of water usage because I did measure. What we did was on the sink over there, we had the pipe, the drain pipe.
Mm-hmm.
So we took the hose off the drain pipe and put it into a bucket,
Okay.
and we started washing people's hair to see how many buckets you fill during a hair service. When you're rinsing a color, I think it was like 8 buckets of water just to
Wow.
rinse someone's color.
Oh yeah.
So it goes to show how much water we use in the hair industry, but it's the customers, you know, it's the customer driven, right? So like the least impact on the environment are like guys with short hair that go to a barber shop because it's just a haircut.
Yeah.
And if any water is used, they use a spray bottle. So that's the least amount of water used. The highest impact would be a perm because there's so much water used during a perm.
Okay.
And then anything in between, like colors, highlights, foils, it's a lot of water there. Foils also, because we use foils, and that goes to the landfill. Or no, you can recycle foil, but not always,
Okay.
because it's got colors in it and stuff like that. So, depending on your local council, whether or not you can recycle it or not.
So it's not easy to be sustainable for when you're like running a hair salon.
We try to be. Some will claim to be, but the reality is, water usage is so difficult.
Yeah.
You can't reduce. But things like recycling or reducing, you can do all those things. We do as well. We do as much as we can. But the reality is you can have a web page that says we do all these things for the environment, but the reality is if you get into it, you're still using a ton of water.
Yeah. But it's at least something to be like aware of that and trying to make little improvements, I guess.
Yeah, of course, of course. I think you were short hair already.
This is kind of weird to feel your fingers,
Through
you know,
it.
through my hair and
Yeah.
on my.
Wait till you feel it
Always.
after, because you'll feel short hair for the first time. Wow, you're gonna love it.
And because I'm really chill about the whole situation, I haven't like thought about how long will it take for my hair to grow back to the length it was before.
To be honest, there's a good chance you may not grow it back.
No, but for example, because
Well,
I have
if
no
you
idea.
want to. Yeah, exactly. You have no idea. But that's inconsequential. But also, as it grows back, that's all stuff you've never had before anyway. So, and also, when you, like I said to you earlier, when you move back to France and I can't do your hair, I'm still going to be talking to you. So I'm still going to be advising you. And like I said to you earlier about my friend in Brussels, I'm probably just going to pick a haircut and pick a salon off Google Earth and say, go there, get this. And like, okay.
Okay.
So there's a
I
good
just
chance, even when you move back to France, I'm still controlling your hair. It might happen.
I'm doomed. I'm
You're
condemned
doomed.
to
You're
stay.
doomed.
Yeah.
Even a world away, I'm still like, oh, you know, we FaceTime and you're like, oh, you need a haircut. I'll go through my pictures, like, get this one, and then I'll look through your suburb or wherever you are, and I'll find someone eclectic who looks cool, and go there, get a haircut. Maybe something different every time. Also, anyone else watching, if you want me to do that for you, all you do is send me a message. Tell me send a picture of yourself. Tell me where you live. I'll look for hair salons and I'll pick a picture and go get a haircut and see. Let me know how it turns out.
Awesome.
Share it on the channel. You can make a little video. We can put it on the channel. That'd be fun. Haircuts around the world. Haircuts from around the world. Ooh, that's so cool so far.
Yeah, it's so different already.
Yep. It's a woman's haircut though. And does your hair go this way or does it go this way? That way. Cool.
But I do have like, you know, like a blank space there, so I don't know.
No,
I have less hair from, yeah.
don't worry, but that's from having long hair. I'm pushing it over. That's the weight of long hair.
Have you ever done like a haircut you knew that which was a bad idea for someone, but they asked for it, so you have to do it? in a way?
Extremely rare.
Yeah,
Extremely rare.
because you influence the person to.
Yeah. Extremely rare. But there's a couple that stand out. Now, one girl, this is back in Toronto, and I used to do her mom's hair and I used to do her hair. And she was like a 20-year-old girl. She's really beautiful, like long, beautiful hair. I do foils. She's got long, pretty hair, blonde highlights, blue eye. She's a very pretty girl. Her mom is she's a completely different kind of woman.
Okay.
Because her mother actually works admin at the local school. And everyone in the neighborhood knows everybody. The whole community knows everybody. Her mom's very conservative. Short sides and back. She likes it really short sides and back. Whenever she gets a haircut, she always says short taper sides and back, just long enough on top that you can put a curling iron through it. So this is how big a curling iron is. That's how long she wants the top. Everything's curled back. And blast the hairspray. That's her look. Like a bulletproof on top, short sides and back. That's her look. So I do both their hair, but they come different times. Like I do mom, how's your daughter? I do how's your mom? That sort of thing. I get to know them over the years. Now what happens with this girl, she's a host in a restaurant and she's so pretty. There's this guy from the USA, because this is in Toronto. He flies into Toronto for business. And while he's in Toronto, he goes to this restaurant every day. He's in Toronto for lunch because he likes her.
Of course.
Because he likes her. So, and then I hear about this guy. You know, she brings it up. There's this guy. Okay? And so you got to think about this. How much money did he spend on lunch to work up until he could ask for her phone number? Quite a lot of lunches. And quite a lot of trips in Toronto. So eventually he gets her number and they go on a date and things are going well. Things are progressing to the point now he wants to fly her to, and now this is a girl that's working class neighborhood. She doesn't get a lot of, people doing things like this for her. So she gets I want to fly you to the United States so you can meet my family. She's so nervous. But she wants to get a haircut before she goes to look nice.
Yeah.
But she's nervous, and I don't even think she's thinking straight. So what happens was she books this booking, and I'm doing the foils like I always do. I sit down, like, let's do foils. We're not even having a consultation, like we're gonna do something, what do you want to do today? I'm just doing what we always do. So I'm partly through putting these foils in her hair, and she says to me, she says, what do you think if I do my mother's haircut? I said, why? And she said, because I'm about to fly to meet his family, and I want to make a good impression. And then I thought for a minute, and I'm also thinking, if I've already put the foils in her hair, this isn't suited towards a haircut that short, but she wants to leave a good impression. She wants to look like her mother. And I'm thinking, wow. So I'm absorbing this. I'm not saying anything. I'm absorbing this. I'm not saying anything. And part of me is like, what if I didn't?
Yeah.
But then this guy's gonna, it's not the girl that he'd asked out, right? Yeah. It's, you know, like they say, when you date someone and they start looking like their mother? But I love her mother too, but I'm like, just processing this. So rarely, and normally when someone asks for a haircut, I just do it, right? I don't care. But this scenario, I just said, you know what, let's do this. Let's do a bob. And then if you want to go shorter, we can go shorter. But why don't we just start with a bob? She's like, okay, so we do the foils. I've already saw the foils anyway, so it's going to suit the bob. So we did cut off a lot. I did like a little bit of an angle. It was softer in the back. Hair straightener. She loved it. She freaking loved it. So she went down there, and boy, the family made it off, because I'll tell you what, he travels everywhere. Now she's traveling with him all the time. Like it really worked out. She loved that haircut. And also it made her look older, because she was also nervous that she looked too young, because this guy's a bit older and whatnot. Then maybe that's the reason why. So here's what happened next. Her mom comes in for a haircut, and she says, oh, I love my daughter's hair. I said, wasn't that amazing? She goes, oh, it was so nice on her. I said, I have to tell you something. Did you know she asked for your haircut? And Plum says, no. I said, she asked for your haircut. She said, I'm about to meet its family and I want to leave a good first impression. And she asked for your haircut. And I said, no, why don't we do this? And if you want to go shorter, you can go shorter. Her mom goes, And I said, you know why she asked for your haircut? Because you're her biggest role model.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
And her mom just starts going,
Yeah, bit emotional, for sure.
and I said,
So lovely.
it was going to be too short for her. The mom says, yeah, that was going to be too short for her. It wasn't going to be right for her because of her age, but that's why she was asking. She wanted your haircut. Her mom just did this. Oh my God, it was like holding it in. Yeah, no, that's true. So that's a situation where someone asked for something and it didn't feel right to do it.
Yeah, but because also you knew the girl and you knew the whole story, so.
Yeah, I know the story. I want these guys to get married. I want this girl to live in America.
Well done, man.
Get out of her little suburb. Like you did. You got out of your suburb. Look at your little fringe. Isn't that cool? Is that cool?
Yeah.
You got short hair now.
This is crazy.
This is amazing.
I woke up with heaps of hair, as they say here, and I'm gonna follow.
Oh, you're gonna move here. Well, then you're gonna have to marry me, and then you're gonna become a Kiwi, and then you're gonna have short haircuts forever.
Yeah, I'm really sorry, but I do have other plan after New Zealand.
I'm making jokes.
I'd love to otherwise.
Yeah, I'm making jokes.
But yeah.
Reality is I'm never gonna get married ever in my life.
I'm
So-
not sure about it as well. Yeah.
No, I'm not gonna get married. I already have daughters too, and they live here.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. And I'm not gonna chase a girl back to Paris.
Definitely.
No way.
Definitely.
No. There's no way in the world I would chase a girl back to Paris. Nothing wrong with the concept, but if I was 20, you know, it's like one of those movies, and I'm like, oh, rom-com or whatever.
Yeah. They have always got this scene at the airport when they are like
Yeah.
chasing the
Yeah.
love of their life.
I'm at the point in my life where I'm just like, ugh.
Yeah.
Can we just watch Jackass? Let's just watch something stupid instead.
Yeah. This is crazy how, like, you know exactly what you're doing.
Yep.
So much confidence in those fingers.
Yep. But you never would have done this with any other situation. This is the only situation where your hair's all coming off. It's really pretty on you as well. Now you look like a French girl.
Okay.
Now there's a story behind that one too. When high school, my friend Matt had a girlfriend,
Yeah.
and she kind of had this growing out haircut. She had this growing out haircut, and then you know, I got to know Sakura, I got to know her, and she said, "Oh no, yeah, it was last summer. I went to France, and she had nice long hair, and I don't know if she was in Paris or something, but she thought, oh, I'll get a haircut." And you know, I don't know if it was lost in translation, so she went to this place and I'd like a haircut, please. And she's thinking, you know, a haircut. This guy cut it all off so short, and then the last thing he said to her when she's leaving, he says, "Now you look like a French girl."
Okay.
And she's like, "What the?" I don't know how it ended up in that situation, but then she didn't get another haircut. She just grew it as quick as she could. Kind of this weird, like, she's cute at least, you know. I mean, my friend Matt was dating her. But I remember her telling that story. I'm like, oh, that's so funny.
Yeah.
Now you look like a French girl.
That's
This
such
would
a-
have been 1990. This would have been a long time ago. So when I heard that, I'm like, oh, that's a good line.
Definitely.
You know, you're in Paris and you think, oh, you buy some clothes, you get a haircut. Because, you know, instead of the suburb where you're from or whatever, try something different. And then that happens. And then
you're-
the rest of your life, you're like, oh. But that's the other thing about, like, I have people who said, oh, I tried short hair, it was the worst thing ever. But when you ask what happened, but there was nothing wrong with with short hair, it was the short haircut that they got.
Yeah.
And that puts them off for life. You can actually change your parting this way too. You don't have to go that way. Just to play around with it.
Cool.
So if you had a short haircut and it didn't work out well, there's nothing wrong with short hair. It's just sometimes the haircut you got
Yeah,
didn't work
it's all
out well.
about that.
And that will put you off for life. They'll just be in a hurry to grow it back. Or maybe you get a second haircut and it's better, or something, you know, you get it better. But I've had that happen many times. I've seen that many times. Not that I did the haircut, but they, you know, they tell this story. Like, oh, have you ever had short hair? Like, oh, yeah, once, and it was so bad. And they tell the story, and you know, they have a picture, and you're like, well, there's nothing wrong with short hair. It's amazing. It's just that short haircut didn't work for you.
Yeah. It's all about finding your.
Right place to be.
Yeah.
Now, I think that's going to be the haircut right there. I think we're there. I think we're going to take a break,
Okay.
and we're going to hang out and have a little more tea. And I want you to feel it on wet hair. All that hair there. And then we're going to do a blow dry. I think we're going to do a rollers and we're going to do roller set and whatnot. So we'll take this off for now. Then you can get your. Actually, before we do that, we'll clean up the back. Straight down the side.
This is insane because it doesn't look like me, but it's me.
It
Yeah.
is you,
Yeah.
but I think you look more like a woman now.
This is crazy.
Isn't that fun?
Wow. Sorry.
Okay, straight down. Look, so we were having a little bit of tea. We haven't done a blow dry. This is just how it's sitting naturally with doing nothing. So when you do nothing,
Oh, that's a good.
I really love it.
Yeah.
I really love it. So I'm thinking this is just going to be your hair. Now, I could do a blow dry and make it more like this, you know, but you know what? It's not going to be exciting enough. We want to do it more, because this is retro haircuts. I mean, we could do this, or we could do this. I think we're going to do this. Yeah. So we're going to throw some rollers in there, have some fun. And off camera, we've been getting to know each other more. I think I have a new BFF. I think I'm going to adopt her.
You call that rolls?
What's that?
That the
Yeah, rollers, hair rollers. Yeah,
air rolls.
Yeah.
No, that bigoudi.
yeah.
I love that word. I don't know why, but bigoudi is just fun.
No, that's actually better. See, that's why I need to hang out with you more, because I want to learn all these, especially terminology for hair
Yeah.
industry from France. So we'll learn all of the terminology, and then I want to get some because there's very distinctive tools in France that they have, like the capes with the sleeves. I want that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I want to be educated in French hair culture.
Good idea. No, good idea.
Yeah. So we can see the rollers I've done in there. We have the smallest one around the perimeter. We have green ones through the top for a little bit looser curl. So the direction we're going in, because your parting is over here,
Yeah.
so it's going to part over here, and then we're going to have volume that goes in this direction. we got the fringe that's going in this contour direction. That's going to go through here, and then just one there. But that one's going this direction. But once you take it out, all that's going to just feather back anyway on that little one there. And then what I can do is go in with a curling iron on the shorter stuff in the perimeter to try to grab that stuff. But this is going to be amazing volume. So we're going to put you under the machine.
Okay.
And I love these hair nets.
Ooh.
And then when I'm done with you, you're going to look like you're married to the mob.
To the what?
Married to the mob.
Ah, the
Like the mafia.
The mafia. Yeah.
Yeah, you're going to be like a mobster's wife, like from the 60s or 70s.
Okay, cool.
You're going to look like you're married to the mob.
Yeah.
So it's one of those haircuts that when you see a woman with a haircut like that, like when you see a woman with hair like that, don't ask her what her husband does. You don't want to know what her husband does.
Okay, good to know.
Yeah, it's one
Thanks
of
for
those
the
hair.
advice.
We're going to make it into one of those hair. What you think? Okay, and we're finished now.
It was warm and cozy.
It's nice on a winter day,
Yeah.
even though it's not that cold here. I guess it's winter in New Zealand. It's not too bad, eh?
No, it's really nice.
Yeah, I like the climate here. Oh, I should warm up a curling iron for the little details. Warm this up a minute. Don't want it to snag, it gets caught in here.
I've never had rose before.
No,
So
it's
I'm
the
pretty
best.
curious about the results, to be honest.
It's the best. It's like indestructible.
Yeah.
It's perfect. I've adopted you. Your haircut does everything I want it to do.
Cool.
I've adopted you.
Cool. I'm honored. I'm really glad that
Yeah,
I passed the test.
yeah. It's bulletproof. You used to have hair,
Mm-hmm.
and then we met, and now you have haircuts.
Yeah.
Perfect.
That's lovely.
Yep.
That's nice. Cool lady. Oh, love this one.
Yeah, that'll fit back. If I can get it. That's your favorite one.
Let's not touch it, yeah. Let's not ruin it.
No. It's a piece of art.
Definitely.
So far, we haven't brushed it out yet. Isn't that
Oh,
really
I love
cool?
it. I love it.
Isn't that really cool? And now what we do, we need to brush it out.
Okay.
So we need,
Can I actually put my finger on both of those?
if you want to take a selfie, you can do it now,
Yeah,
otherwise
you're right.
do a selfie now.
You're right. Oh.
You have the same problem I do.
Yep. Well, good.
Yeah, like a little fringe there. So, this one.
Oh, it's going to be fun, I can tell already.
Yeah, it's amazing. And the fringe, we're gonna make it through.
Alright.
That's okay. Don't touch it.
Sorry. I was so tempted.
I know. Now you may touch it, but you can only touch it like this.
Okay.
We can
No.
touch it.
Wow,
Isn't that amazing?
this is crazy.
That is so great. So we're gonna go for lunch with your hair like this.
Okay.
And I'm gonna put you in that jacket too. So you know what? This is like my dream come true. She's a French girl with a haircut like this, with volume and attitude. And oh my God, I think I'm in heaven right now. I think I'm gonna just adopt you. I'm gonna just, you know, and I'm gonna get you that jacket.
Oh, that's
I'm
awesome.
gonna take you for lunch. I'm gonna take you shopping. I'm gonna take you up the coast.
That's awesome. That's crazy.
Will that fit
Oh,
you?
cool.
Try this.
Yeah.
Because it is winter, so we need something. I think that's
Oh.
just goes over.
Oh yeah. There's no.
Just goes over. Look at her. This one, just this one.
The first one.
No, maybe. No, just the first one. Look at her. Oh my God. Do a spin so they can see all the angles and all sides. Okay, I'm taking you up for lunch like that. And we'll do a couple of photos first.
Oh, that's cool. Crazy.
Isn't that amazing? It's like a helmet.
Yeah,
Oh,
definitely.
it's so good. Oh, you know the other thing we need to go with it is earrings.
Yeah.
Let's see earrings.
Fancy.
Lovely. Come on over. So, let's come back over here and say bye to the two. No, we're not going to say bye to them entirely. We're still on the adventure. But we're going to come over and see the progress. So stand over here on the side of the chair. Look into the camera. That camera looks like it's low or something, but we found earrings. So we're going to go for lunch. And we're going to come back, but I'm taking you exactly like that. Cool. So we'll be back. Here we are. So we're having lunch. Look at her. She's the best dressed in the pub. And what she's wearing. So we're going to do salut. Salut. And celebrating new hair.
Yeah. Your hair, you like.
New hair, new life. Yeah. I hope she marries me. I wish that she marries me. Please, God, would she marry me?